Electronic music is weird. You know, prior to the 90s, before MIDI became ubiquitous, if you wanted to make some beeps and boops, you'd have to go through some serious lengths to boop some beeps. They say it started with Kraftwerk, which makes sense, because if you see footage of them playing live, it looked like a fucking avant-garde clown's fever dream. Like, what the fuck? But that's what shit was back then. Avant-garde and exciting. For 1.8 millenniums, humans were all fucking acoustic. Bang a rock, howl about Jesus, and boom bap ping pong. We got a song, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're in the 70s and the terrain's all fucked. You got New Order, Depeche Mode, Brian Eno, Soft Cell, Duran Duran, The Cure. Oh my god. Giorgio said it best about the synthesizer. You don't need me to tell you how fucking crazy shit got after that. The Moog modular. Shit changed the game. And not just Moog either. You got the Prophet 5, Yamaha, Nord, Fairlight, CMI. You got all these resources now that let you completely change the landscape of rhythms and melody through time. Let me ask you, with all this power, what would you do with it? Hold up. Not there yet. We're in the 90s now. Vaporwave is happening and no one even fucking knows it. But more importantly, you got bands like Eiffel 65, Crystal Method, Boards of Canada, The Orb, Massive Attack, Aphex Twin, The Prodigy, Radiohead, Chemical Bros, Bjork, Portishead, Daft fucking Punk. All of these artists were using really interesting sounds because something delicious was happening. Hardware became software. Now you don't need to drop 67,000 Prussian francs on a keyboard when you can illegally download fucking all these noises, arrange them, automate them, and boom bap ping pong, no Jesus required. This, my friends, was the dawning of a beautiful age. Electronic music was becoming the new rock and roll in that you have a myriad of subgenres for the artists waiting to be discovered. Now we're living in this age where if you want to be a rock musician, you gotta learn how to beep some boops. If you fiddle with the beep boops, it's pretty goddamn practical to learn instruments associated with rock. It's a beautiful time because it urges learning how to be fluent in all these types of modern music. Like, Skrillex was named Rolling Stone's 100th best guitarist of the decade, which is fucking stupid, but it's not unprecedented. You wanna know how he started? Smiles and her laughter. Dude, emo! It's the only thing! Fucking emo! Look at electronic music now. It's flourishing. If you own a laptop, you already have enough resources to change the fucking game. And all this is slowly getting to my point, so let's move. In the year 2000, Ben Gibbard, the dude with the voice that's good at complaining about things, hooked up with Jimmy Tamborello, also known as Dintel, and was like, hey, I got a good voice, you have a computer, let's do some weird shit and see how it goes down. And Jimmy was like, oi mate, I'm all fine and dandy for that one, bruv, but see here buddy, I live in New York and you're in LA, how should we collab? Oh, I don't know, maybe with my old friends, the United States Postal Service. That's actually how they got their name. So Gibbard, in his perpetual early 2000 era sadness, sang about how love is weird and sent some demos with the United States Postal Service to Tamborello, who added some bibbity bops, and guess what, boys? You got yourself the first indie-tronica album of all time. Give Up by the Postal Service was released in 2003, and it's so good. Like, goddamn, there is not one song that isn't really awesome. Maybe the intro to Brand New Colony, because the fucking beat, it's fucking annoying. The sound Tamborello was going for was very childish, minimalistic. It was like it was arranged on children's musical equipment and swallowed by a computer who made it all glitchy. And then you got Jenny Lewis on backing vocals, and oh man, it's just so good. Like, this isn't just my opinion. Like, it is, but everyone fucking loves this album. It's critically acclaimed across the board. People still jam these songs 16 years later. It was such a fresh breath of air, I think. I don't know. I was like 9 and madly immersed in a Linkin Park phase that would only die after their careers also died. So I wasn't like, yes, okay, this album is changing shit up. No. But it did, and it totally opened the door for this weird, new, fragile, emotionally laden genre. Except, it has been 14 years since Give Up was released, and there has been no follow-up. Like, the people are ready. Even most of the band is ready.
Why are you gonna do a second album?
They never followed it up. They had a re-release with an extra song in 2013, but come on.
Look deep into the eyes of your motherfucking killer. I want you to witness your motherfucking murder.
Alright, let's establish something here. Owl City sucks. Mobile Orchestra was a shit album. Midsummer Station had fucking DeviantArt album cover. Dude looks like an unrefined antagonist of a Swedish cartoon show that makes music for your children, probably to kidnap them, because he sings about fucking rainbows and lollipops and shit. I get that, but let's get something straight here.
Are you ready for a miracle? Raise up and be. Are you ready for a miracle? Set you free. Are you ready? Ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
This shit is almost flawless. It's Give Up on Amphetamines. It's the holy grail of synth pop that no one ever talks about. You like Churches and Passion Pit and fucking Wham. Wait, what? Then you should check this shit out. For all intents and purposes, this is the sequel to Give Up. Ocean Eyes has gone on to indirectly influence so many albums that permeate the pseudo-indie electronic music culture, much in the same way that Give Up made a mark on its own production in 2008. The dude is even quoted in saying, I think Give Up left everyone asking, what are they gonna do next? And someone has done anything quite like it. It's almost like everyone's naturally saying this is the next step. Maybe that's me, maybe that's his record. He got sick of waiting, so he made his own Postal Service LP2 with his own style. Fucking yes, that's respectable. I can get up, come on, get down with that sickness. And his style is so fleshed out on this album. This is easily the creative peak of Owl City, and you can hear it in the blood of each track. On a technical level, it's more bombastic. On an emotional level, it's more vivid. Ocean Eyes is way more ambitious than Give Up, yet garners half of the praise. So let's fucking talk about it. It's so much more because it conveys an expansive and varied set of emotions. Thematically, Give Up only expressed a bunch of different dialects in the same old sadness. Every song is so sad. On Give Up. What's that you say? Your lover left you? There's a song for that. Lover leave you again? They have another fucking song for that. In that way, they are very much different albums. Ocean Eyes has sad songs, happy songs, fast songs, slow songs, songs about cities, songs about coming to terms with regret, songs about fucking dentistry. If you like Give Up, there is a very open-minded chance that you might also enjoy Ocean Eyes. Why? Because this shit is complex. So complex. Each song here has so many layers, it's absurd. Just with the first song, Cave In, it punches you in the face with all these intricate glitch hop beats, the pounding triplet melody, the warm piano riff that comes in afterwards, the fucking changes, goddamn the changes, they ebb and flow. He makes it feel so natural, and the strings that come in at 2 minutes and 20 seconds, I swear to God, I'm gonna conceive all my children by those strings. Dude is a wizard. An Umbrella Beach sounds like an intro to a video game level. It's like a Sonic Beach stage. That's worth writing home about. It evokes this happy, bright, jovial feeling of fucking being in sunlight. I don't know, it's awesome. And I'm sorry, but Saltwater Room is like the ultimate love song. The swaying riff, the back and forth conversation, vocals. There's so much going on even for like an acoustic track like this. Brienne Duran is this album's Jenny Lewis in that her vocals fit the tracks so well. Her voice really suits the delicate riffs that sprawl throughout the track's runtime. You have these beautiful crescendos that signify how each verse changes and flows into the next one. Sounds like two kids confessing their love to one another, which is fucking stupid, but at least it's evocative. When Jack White writes a song about going to elementary school and meeting his 7-year-old friends, everyone fucking bangs their head into a brick wall about it. But when this dude does it, it's silly and no one bats an eye, so yeah, okay. And speaking of dumb, Hello Seattle and Fireflies. Fireflies is okay, but it got overplayed a lot in like 2006. So yeah, Meteor Shower and On the Wing are about Jesus, but they're not like overtly about Jesus, so it's fine. Dental Care is literally about going to the dentist. I have no why. It has a lot of puns, so it's worth something. Shout out to Jesse. The last 3 songs are where it's at. Tip of the Iceberg does this crazy thing before the final breakdown drop situation where like volume is used as a tool. And I'm not talking about like dynamics, I'm talking about like the master track. It fades out twice and then comes back in, gives you this weird whiplash. And like 30 seconds later, you have one of the greatest breakdowns in synth-pop music, bar none. And Vanilla Twilight is beautiful. It's so simple and catchy and develops around these really glitchy rhythms. There's synths everywhere. It sounds like a sunset. It sounds like a fucking sunset would sound if it could fucking make sounds. He has this cute line about how the subject's fingers fitting into his hands perfectly. Probably not original, but whatever. Frank Ocean copied Hotel California and everyone had a fucking masquerade sex party about it, so yeah, okay. The worst part of this song is that Shaq shows up in the music video and it reminds the audience that, oh right, Owl City is still kind of stupid. Thank you, Shaq. I almost forgot. The last little outro verse of Tidal Wave is such a good way to end an album. It's uplifting, it's hopeful, all the loose ends are tied. The lyrics aren't shitty, which is nice. It's just a really motivating track. It's so good, man. Just god damn. And that's the whole album. Just like that, comes and goes in the blink of it.
Can you use a mailing machine?
This is where shit gets off the fucking rails. Hot Air Balloon, Sunburn, and Strawberry Avalanche are the best songs on this record. You thought we were done, and they're hidden away in the deluxe edition of the album. I'm not even getting started here. Based on everything I said just now, internalize it. Turn this off. Go listen to disc 2. I don't care. Just go do it. Let's get something straight here. Owl City is one dude. One. Adam fucking Young. I know I said they in the title, but that was for people really just to get your attention if you knew better. This one weird-faced Scooby-Doo ass motherfucker is an advanced music producer. He works alone like an assassin in solitude and shoots people in the brain with an emotion. And no one seems to talk about this. And I know why. This is the hard sell. Adam Young sounds like a butterfly that snorted way too much Molly at a Wiggles concert and is now trying to coast the high by over-describing his surroundings. It's nasally, it's cheesy, and it's pretty not that good. However, honestly, it's not that hard to just not mind the vocals when everything else is spot on. Like, okay, if you order French toast from like fucking Applebee's and it comes drenched with too much maple syrup, you're still gonna eat the goddamn French toast. It's just slightly not as good as if there was an appropriate amount of syrup on it. It's still good though. I'm willing to bet some French toast that the first time you heard Radiohead, like York's vocals on a song, you were like, who the fuck is happening right now is this? And this is the hardest part to sell someone on Ocean Eyes, but hear me out for a second. What if I told you that most of his songs are metaphors? Like, it's easy to make a song aimed for children deeper than it's intended because pop music doesn't really care for specifics anyway. If you're vague and reference a few thematically denser things, no one's gonna know any better. You don't even have to be vague. Look at the lyrics to Rainbow Veins. Literally about doing drugs. You hear that, kids? Go get fucked up. Everyone else is doing it. And I'm not saying these songs are good because they have deeper meanings. I'm just saying they're about deeper shit, which is probably more than you thought Owl City could offer. How I Became the Sea is about drowning in the fucking ocean. I'm pretty sure the lyrics in Strawberry Avalanche are about, like, you know, having sex. And the first half of Bird and the Worm is about being so obsessed with someone in a relationship that they can just get away with abusing you. Considering where he came from, this isn't very surprising. Young created most of his early work out of insomnia and has stated that his music was influenced by his own massive introversion, anxiety, and depression.
I couldn't sleep. I had insomnia real bad. I didn't have any friends, lived in a small town. Only child, like no connections, no way out. Started to write music as an escape from reality, which is kind of a sob story, you know.
That's a very common musical story, man.
Yeah, I was pretty bummed though. So
it's not surprising that his creativity takes the form of unconditional, uplifting, hyper pop music. Point is, there is a reason he raps these weird, bigger topics in a burrito of oblivious adolescent whimsy. It's honestly kind of ridiculous to the extent he gets away with it, and how people assume these songs are blankets of optimism. The fact of the matter is that Adam Young is way more than Owl City. In fact, if you don't like Owl City, fucking good. There's a great chance you'll like his other stuff because there's quite a selection of yams out there, brother. Way back in 2006, he released the Insect Airport EP under that same pseudonym, and big surprise, it's kind of fucking awesome. This was before Of June and probably before Owl City was created at all. I'm pretty sure it's his first release ever, so you can hear him grow as a producer big time from this EP. The whole thing is instrumental and just showcases how well versed Young is in sampling string instruments or using an orchestral virtual instrument. I have no idea, but that's the goal, right? To make it just sound natural. They sweep in and out so gorgeously in the mix. The EP is drenched in reverb and delay and grounded by a powerful presence of drums that makes it all fit. It paints a lovely, spacey picture to daydream to. I think his lyrics are wearing off on me. He has another project called Port Blue. It's really ambient and spacey again, but this one's more about forging the sonic environment more than anything else. It's all instrumental, again, but you can tell this time the songs were crafted with the drums and the atmosphere in mind. You wouldn't even know it's the same dude that makes this stuff, and that's the point I'm trying to make here. Adam Young as a musician, not as Owl City, as a musician, is worth writing home about. Sky Sailing is for you if you like the cheesier stuff off of Ocean Eyes. Personally, I only like 3 of the songs really on the record. He set himself a really high standard in 2009, but I mean, they're well produced and solidified signify the fact that he knows how to do more than beep the boops. He's a great guitar player, apparently, and I bet someone was like, hey, you can't play guitar, and he was like, what? If all of this still isn't even slightly enough to convince you that Owl City is even fucking slightly relevant to your interest, the dude has one last trick up his sleeves. For each month in 2016, Adam Young created a film score for fictional stories he created based off of films he was inspired by. And this stuff is god tier, like Ocean Eyes levels of really fucking good. It's symphonic and complex, but it's not that hard to follow because, you know, it's like Hans Zimmer stuff, you know? It's a film score. There's flutes and strings and horns and shit. Sometimes just the sound effects of the film at hand, like a boat bobbing in the water or wind blowing through a field. Considering how poor the last Owl City records were, it makes you realize that yes, Owl City is Adam Young, but Adam Young is not Owl City. The dude is way more than a fucking city of owls. Because though Owl City as a project, its groundbreaking surge in creativity was only limited to this record and a few songs off of the next one, it was such a one-time thing, but it's stuff like that we need to celebrate and hold as a standard for other artists. When you find a song or album that resonates with you, you can feel your fucking amygdala in the back of your brain saying, hey Kevin, this is some good shit, man, let's get more of this stuff. And you should treat your brain to it. It's a fleeting, fragile, fucking intangible source of dopamine that it's music and it's everywhere. Why are you people not constantly searching for this fucking dope music? At the end of the day, it's pop music. You don't need to think to get it, you need to feel to get it, and I'm pretty sure Kevin Parker said that. And if you feel something when you listen to Owl City, then the man has done his job. If you even play 10 seconds of any song off of Ocean Eyes, then I've done my job. If I could convince Cass, who's like the most cynical dude in the Western Hemisphere, to just enjoy one Owl City track, then I rest my case. For everyone in like high school listening to Ocean Eyes and really feeling it, and then someone is like, oh wow, what did you fucking be like, hey! I am a human being with the capacity to comprehend emotion, and I feel, and I open myself up to feelings, and they provide perspectives. They allow me to vicariously thrive through a multitude of experiences crafted and constructed by artists with stories to share powerfully, vividly, vivaciously rich stories that lace my life with an aura of empathy and fuel me with life, and that's why I'm alive. I know what it means to feel, to exist to the fullest extent, and also fuck you.